Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, and today we gonna be dealing with something that it's gonna have a couple of curves to it. So you gotta definitely stay with me as I break this down. And this has something to do with Darren Woodson because we know he got snubbed again. Again, he's not gonna be in the Hall of Fame, but now he's definitely a future Hall of Famer. It's no question, right? It's easy. It's a matter of time. It's one thing about Darren Woodson that is kind of clear to me. When I'm looking at people like Darren Woodson, it just reminds me that life is not fair. And you just got to do the best you can in this life because it's not going to be, nothing is going to be given to you. You have to take it a lot of times. And now I would also say Darren Woodson has become my all-time Cowboy. And that's a big thing to say because I've never changed. Well, I have changed. I changed a couple of times. When I was younger, my favorite was Novacek. But then as I was getting older, my new favorite became James Washington, which was the safety that was starting over Darren Woodson. And for the last 30 years, he has been my favorite all-time Cowboy. He wasn't as good athletically as Darren. Physically, no, but he played with the mentality that I loved. He was mean, physical, a leader of those guys. Matter of fact, one of the highlights that I never will forget is he hit Jerry Rice so hard that they threw a flag in his face. And so it was the style. But my new, and this is recent, my new all-time Mr. Cowboy for Boss Cowboy is now Darren Woodson. I've seen enough. I've seen enough to say that now. And it's more so his character. Huh? What you mean, boss? His character? Well, I put this out there. I said Darren Woodson's character is why he has become my favorite all-time Cowboy. Some people can't be bought. Emphasis on can't, right? And I shared that from Martin Talk Cowboys, who does a great job. And it got 28,000 views, but 471 people liked it and 55 people shared it so far. And that's an indication that it registered. So I'm going to go deeper and I'm going to measure this Kool-Aid because it's actually deeper than what I just said here. So let me measure this Kool-Aid. Let's go. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. So as I measure this, sadly, I have to also contrast Darren Woodson to another guy, another legend, Emmitt. So Emmitt obviously been making his rounds on Media Row, right? And I've been getting people been sending me stuff about Emmitt Smith is tired. Coach Marv sent me some stuff on Emmitt. A lot of people have been sending me stuff on Emmitt. Let me just be honest with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. I take things that come from Emmitt with a grain of salt. If he the first to say it, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be like,
oh, hell no.
I'm serious. Because Emmitt, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know I'm not gonna bull crap you. To me, Emmitt is the type of guy that appears to have two faces. And I always quote my fourth grade teacher, Miss Douglas, who said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You ain't gonna fool me twice. And this got something to do with Darren. And see, I want to elaborate on the character of Darren. Okay, the character of Darren is why he's now my all-time favorite Cowboy, and it's not even close. So first, to contrast those guys, there was a debate before that a lot of people forgot. So originally, and the reason why I questioned Emmitt came out before And he was doing what he seemed to be doing now, where he was speaking candidly about the contract dispute with Dak. And Emmitt questioned the Cowboys' commitment to the quarterback. So let me just kind of show this quote in full, and we go break it down, and we go say and we go break down the two faces of Emmitt. So he was talking about Dak, and he said, the only answer I can give is the Cowboys are uncertain whether or not he's the future of the Cowboys. Outside of that, if he was the complete future of the Dallas Cowboys, they would make no bones about giving him a contract. I mean, at the end of the day, Tony Romo, they was committed to Romo right off the rip. And he came in and replaced Drew Bledsoe. And I mean, he's not the biggest guy. He's not the most flashiest guy. And he's not the fastest guy either. And he had his challenges. But there was a commitment to Tony Romo. There is not a commitment to Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are leaving it open to everyone like us to question, to pick holes at it, and to know if it was because they want to stay relevant in the news and be newsworthy, and basically talking about the Kardashian model when he say that. But at some point, this is nitpicking is going to filter its way right into the entire team, and it's going to hurt the entire organization in the end. So you look at that and you say, man, he stood out for Dak Prescott. And this was February 6, 2021 when he came out with that. But then something happened. All of a sudden, Emmitt began to change his tune. Emmitt Smith, holdout legend, thinks Prescott should cave for Cowboys' benefit.
Oh, hell no!
Wait, what happened? Because at first, you was saying something slightly different. Now you over here, he need to cave. And if you remember, around that time, he was making his tours. And as he was making his tours, he was telling everybody during that Super Bowl that Dak needed to be team friendly. And he started to get pushback. Emmitt. So let's look at some of this pushback real quick. And it's subtle. But you got to pay attention. I did. I'm breaking it down. He said, so if you're the face of the franchise, instead of taking $35 million, would you take $28 million? I'd leave some for Amari and pick up the other 35 through endorsements. But then Tony Casillas said, hold on. I don't recall Emmitt giving the Cowboys a hometown discount. Get paid, Dak. And Troy Aikman liked it. So, Emmitt, you held out, but then all of a sudden you became the face. You became the face, and you became the spokesperson on Dak need to be team friendly. Can I ask y'all a question? Did Amari end up getting paid anyway? Did Amari get paid anyway? Yeah. So Amari got paid anyway, but Emmitt was out here lobbying saying, you need to take a discount so they can pay Amari. It looked like he got paid anyway. And then this is the thing. Emmitt is smarter than that. He's smarter than that. See, Emmitt is in commercial real estate, y'all. And I'm going to tell you something, because I know a lot of people in commercial real estate. It was one of the first jobs I wanted to do. When you're in commercial real estate, you're not bad at math. You're usually very good at math. And also forecasting. You can't be a really good person in commercial real estate unless you actually thinking 30 to 50 years out on the forecast of the commercial developments that you're trying to work on. You dealing with math all day long, forecast all day long. So Emmitt, you know better than what you did. You know better. But so then some of y'all will say, wait. That don't quite connect, boss. And still you haven't broken down what this has to do with Darren Woodson. Well, just listen.
Mr. Jones, Darren Woodson just came out here to do commercial real estate. Is there something about the Cowboys where they all jump into commercial real estate?
So this is May 23rd, 2019. And he was saying Darren Woodson has just jumped into commercial real estate. This is courtesy of Dallas Cowboys YouTube. Got the link in the description. But listen.
Out here to this particular franchise, what is it that has created that pipeline of talent from football to commercial real estate?
Well, I've been in commercial real estate ever since my college graduation. And it's an exciting area. It's very competitive. It's a contact sport. It doesn't surprise me that these ball players engage in it and are good at it. And so I know that it's certainly made a lot of good things possible for me. It's rewarding because you get to meet so many good people. So the whole area is a place that I could recommend any of our players that.
So Jerry can recommend commercial real estate deals to former players. Let me rewind that again in case y'all missed that.
Yeah, is a place that I could recommend any of our players that Emmitt is involved in it. So the whole area is a place that I could recommend any of our players that Emmitt is involved in it. So the whole area is a place that I could recommend any of our players that Emmitt is involved in it. Just name one, but many of our players are involved in real estate.
Mm-hmm. And so I put in here, Cowboy fans better consider the sources when ex-players recommend pay cuts to current players, especially one that is mentioned by name. Yeah, so when you go back and you say, hold on, why did Emmitt just change? How did he go from talking just so wise about how the nitpicking could affect the team to all of a sudden Dak needs to be team friendly? Maybe it's because you could be getting some deals potentially from Jerry, especially because he named you. I gotta ask the question, at least ask the question, is he for sale?
Dak said that his representatives have made a counteroffer to the Cowboys. Are you pleased with how things are going in those discussions right now?
Well, as I just mentioned, I'm sorry, we're fortunate to have the players that have interest in their contract at the forefront. We're fortunate to have that number of players that have that. We are doing contracts here 100% of the time on the entire Cowboys. And we really never know where we are with anybody until we get one done, and then you know everybody has agreed. But we're moving along satisfactorily with all of our contract negotiation.
So I'm going to pause. I'm going to come back to that. So when you see Darren, right? This is Darren Woodson. This is why he's become my all-time favorite.
The Cowboys are going to have to get to that territory. What do you do?
You pay him.
You pay him. Look, this is a guy who played at the highest level. He was in the MVP running the entire season. I mean, you just said it a second ago. He led the league in interceptions. He's like, no, I'm going to focus on not turning the ball over and being an asset for this team. And he did exactly that. Played at the highest level the entire regular season. I don't know about you, but I don't remember quarterbacks just growing off trees. I just don't like, oh, okay, we're going to get rid of you. We're going to get rid of you, and we're just going to bring in, or we're going to find Brock Purdy in the draft. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. So you have something special. And I don't remember Dak Prescott playing middle linebacker in that game against the Green Bay Packers. Nor did he play the interior of the defensive line. He didn't play. Look, they have so many other issues to deal with. He is not one of your.
So it's not just that. It's not just that. It's that fact that he's consistently having top character, not selling out for nothing, for nobody. Now, I just showed y'all the clip. Of Jerry saying he can refer deals to those guys. And they talked about the fact that Darren Woodson is now in the business of commercial real estate. And even being in a business to where Jerry could refer to you a multi-million-dollar deal. Just because of the relationship, he still holds his integrity and says what's on his mind, and he speaks his mind, and he says what's right versus what's convenient.
Bring it real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
That boy be speaking his mind. Huh. Yeah, even to Emmitt. Yeah. See, let's go back in time. Remember? So remember, Emmitt was lobbying. He was going around in 2020 lobbying that Dak need to be team friendly to keep Amari, right? So he was doing all of that. He was going around making his tours. It almost looked like he was bought and sold. I don't know that for certain, but it has a whiff to it to me. A whiff. And the very next day, Darren Woodson, on the idea of a Dak discount, basically talking to Emmitt, he said it's a slap in his face. In other words, he like,
oh, hell no.
Now this is coming from a guy who can get deals from Jerry. See, it said Emmitt made waves last week when he suggested that the Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott come down on his financial compensation in order to help the team. And he quoted, "It's a slap in the face for people to say he would take less." Woodson said, "That is a slap in that man's face." He said, "I'm watching every day." Woodson said of the Cowboys quarterback, "My office oversees the practice field. And there ain't nobody on that team that works harder than Dak Prescott. He is putting the work in. That man deserves it. That is commitment." Then he said, let me read this part. But with so many free agents in need of new contracts and talented rosters seemingly on the cusp, we hearing that same bullshit now. Shouldn't Prescott be willing to cut Jerry Jones a hometown discount for the greater goal of hoisting the Lombardi? Man, let me, before I read that next part, let me tell y'all something. You're a fool if you think giving them a discount is going to guarantee you hosting the Lombardi. You a fool. See, if you give them a discount, the question is, will they even spend it? You'll give them a discount and they won't even go all in. So that logic never connected. Goofy logic. People, he need to be like Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady was on teams that was willing to spend big. Yeah. We're not. We go do budget value free agents, Marshalls. That's what we go do. We not gonna go to Neiman Marcus. We not gonna go all in, even if it's a couple of pieces. We go our version of all in, which is value free agents and former greats. So why would you do that? Like, the only way I would ever consider giving Dallas a team discount is I would have to be in the personnel room, and I would have to get at least 3 picks in the draft myself, and I would have to get 3 free agents that I handpick. Other than that, I'm not giving them no discount. Yeah, my money with your brains, and I see what you do with your brains. You don't do good things with my money and your brains. So why would I do it? So then Woodson said, no, hell no. Woodson answered, this is a capitalistic society. This is America. Why does he have to take less? We are not expecting others to take less. We didn't ask Carson Wentz to take less. Why should Dak be that guy to take less money? Now, this is the big thing that some people might have missed. When he said what he said what he said while working in Frisco in Jerry's building. He said, I am in Jerry's building overlooking the practice field, and I see it for myself. So this man has so much character that even though he's in a commercial building where the owner of that building can refer him commercial deals that can put millions in his pocket, he said hell no for what was right.
Oh, hell no.
That's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with Darren Woodson. I honestly can't say the same with Emmitt. I just can't. So, like I say, if Emmitt is the first to say it, I'm not going to say nothing. But if he echoes something that somebody is saying and he's saying the same thing, then I will consider it. It's been too many faces I've seen with him. It's just too many faces. Darren Woodson his character has been consistent. His word has been consistent. This man has played with millions to say what was true and honest and right. He did not bend the knee to money. It says a lot about who he is as a person, a man of extreme character. But see, I remember some of y'all forgot. Emmitt was out here. I love Jalen. And see, I love him. See, y'all remember that. That was just last year. I love him. And then told Cowboy Nation, y'all need to shut up.
Oh, hell no.
So, over the years, let me just be honest. I've had heroes. Some of these guys obviously was my heroes and are my heroes and looked up to them. But some of that star have dimmed. And some of those stars have grown stronger. I'm going to be honest. The star for Emmitt has dimmed for me. It is dimmed. So when y'all send me stuff on Emmitt, yeah, I'm going to look at it, but I'm not going to be enthusiastic about it. But Darren Woodson, his star has grown. He has supplanted, which is my all-time favorite, James Washington. Going forward, if somebody asks me who is your favorite Dallas Cowboy player of all time, I used to say without blinking, James Washington. And I would even say as a player, he's still my favorite player. But my favorite Dallas Cowboy from here on, it's Darren Woodson. Not even because of his play, not because he will be in the Hall of Fame, but because he is the epitome of doing what's right versus what's convenient.